Welcome to the WellPlayed DLC podcast, Australia's juiciest gaming podcast. I am your host for the week, Adam Ryan. This is Nathan Hennessy.
Good evening, good morning, hello.
This is Kieron Verbruge.
Hello.
And we've also got some Zach Jackson.
Evening, boys and girls and listeners around the world. Thanks for having me.
Oh, wonderful introductions. We've got a tasty little episode after a couple of weeks off. We've got Zach's Foolish Mortals review. We have got Kieron's Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment review. And we're also going to have a little chat about Arc Raiders because we've all played that as well, along with everyone else on the planet. But before we get there, Nathan, how have you been these last couple of weeks, mate? Tell me.
So bloody good. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I'm on hay fever medication now, so I'm living a life.
Hey, it's the time of the year for it.
Like,
Nice.
I don't know if you guys have found out about hay fever late in life, but I've been dribbling on my pillows a lot, waking up being like, why am I
Oh.
soaked? What the fuck's going on? But now my sinuses are open. I'm not dribbling anymore. I'm waking up dry. That's
Wait,
highlight
God,
Love
we
to wake
love
up
that.
dry.
How'd you get it? Because there's times where I've wanted to get medication.
Oh, I thought you meant hay fever. I was like, step outside.
I
Yeah.
was
mate.
very
Easy.
confused by that question.
Job done.
I just went to the pharmacist and said,
Oh,
hook
okay,
me up with
so
some,
so it's just over the counter stuff then.
yeah, mate.
Right. Sorry, I thought it was
No,
some harder stuff.
you did,
Oi,
did you?
oi. Gaming advice and medical advice. We do it all here.
Mate,
I'm
not
glad
the
you
only
can breathe
doctor
though,
on the books,
Nathan.
is it?
That's
Me too.
that's a,
We like breathing.
that's
Sitting down
advice.
and breathing, two of the things that just don't get enough love.
True that. As 3 of the 4 of us are currently standing, how good is that? What have you been
Damn.
playing outside of review content and Arc Raiders? I know Arc Raiders is kind of the flavor of the week, but what have you been playing outside of that?
Question for Nathan. Okay. Yeah, not a whole lot. I'm pretty packed to the rafters content wise. I have made moments to play some board games with mates, and we're still playing Dune Imperium. It's probably going to be our most played this year. I think we've put over 10 games into that this year, and that's a lot for when you're asking a bunch of people to get around a table for 3 hours.
Absolutely. I've just realized a mate of mine found a really good Blood on the Clock Tower online tool, and we're going to get around that. So if you want in on that action, mate, you just let me know. We'll save you a virtual seat. Lots of yelling
I've been
involved.
meaning to big Australian made social deception game. I've been meaning to play that around Melbourne. There's a lot of small communities that are quite active, quite public around Melbourne that play, but I'm too socially awkward for that, as you guys know.
It's ridiculously good, and I see it every year at PAX, and I'm like, nah, I don't like it that much. Kieron, how have you been?
Hello.
/ what have you been playing in that order?
I've been well. I've moved back downstairs into the previously flooded office, so things are, like Nathan, quite dry in here, which is good.
Hey,
And yeah, other than content stuff and obviously Arc Raiders, I can't say that I've played a hell of a lot. Except for that's review content as well. It's just all been review stuff. And a
It's
bit
the
of
time of
lingering
year.
ball pit because I wanted to get the platinum trophy after I did that review.
I'm 20
What's
hours
Platinum
in.
Pit?
I still haven't finished it, but oh my god, it's gripped me. It's such a good
So
like a game for you do a round or two in bed if you have a Steam Deck like myself. Oh my god. It's a game that probably shouldn't be. It's like Balatro when it came to mobile. Like it would destroy my life if it was that accessible, so I'm kind of glad that it's not.
It's grabbed him by the ball pit.
Oh, horrendous, mate. Zachary, talk to me. Tell us how you've been and what you've been playing.
Well, I was going to say this for off topics, but I'm going to bring it up the front now because I feel like it deserves, some
Ooh.
off the, out of the gates talk. But sports, right? We love sports on this podcast.
Mhm.
One of us does
Notoriously.
at the very least. Maybe 1.75 of us here. As you probably know, and as you all know, I follow some shit teams. Some
Oh,
of these shit teams
absolutely
are
you
just
do.
they're just frustratingly shit where there's just no hope. One team though has been good for a very long time and then just went shit because they've, that's just what they do. Now they're, the years being shit, drafting some good kids, starting to pay off. The boys, the old San Jose
Mate.
Sharks, they're coming good. 6-1 win today. So the
I
future's
will.
look good.
I'll formally apologize that you didn't win against the LA Kings the other day because you deserved the win. Something terrible, and luck just wasn't on your side. But those kids, they're out there doing things.
Some studs, mate. The
That
old-
Will Smith, that
the old Gummy Sharks,
Macklin,
mate.
they're having a grand old time.
They're going good. Anyway,
And getting into some good tilts as well. Some nice chuck and knucks on the ice. We love to see it.
We do. Anyway, enough hockey talk. I've been pretty good. Working, same as always. Game wise, I'm gonna put this out there. I'm not the first person to put it out there. Ghost of Yotei, bit bit boring.
Oh, look at you go.
I don't know. I've played maybe like 90 minutes of it, and it's not just.
Did you like Tsushima? I can't remember.
It was fun. Yeah, it was fun. I think an 8 is fair, but I don't know. I don't know. There's something about this one that's just not grabbed me by the ball pit.
Ball pit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Unfortunate.
but I'll probably stick with it for a bit more. It looks pretty. But yeah, other than that, just a couple of things for content. Been catching up with the old ROG LIX that was sent to me for review. Sure.
How's that treating you?
It's like putting I don't know what the best analogy is for this. I was trying to think of how to put this in a review or write it because I don't really know what I'm like. I know what I'm trying to say, but I don't know if it really works. But it's like putting a Ferrari badge on a fucking Lamborghini. Like, it's basically just the ROG, right? Like it's just the ROG, but with an Xbox skin. Like that's all it is.
Okay.
It's a Windows PC handheld that you can go into a full screen version of the Xbox app. That's it. It's not like a tailored Xbox experience, which I actually think is good. That's probably like I've written that in the review that I've started to write, but it's like that's one of its selling points is it's not you can choose it to be like a Windows device if you want it to, because you can run Steam, you can run Epic Game Store and stuff like that. So you're not, it's not like a Switch where you can only play games from Nintendo. Yeah, it runs really well. It's a pretty neat device. I've checked out a handful of things. Last of Us Part 2 remastered runs pretty well. Plague Tale Requiem runs pretty well. Ninja Gaiden 4 again runs pretty well. Yeah, but I'll have some full proper thoughts a bit later, maybe next week sometime. Any questions at the moment?
How heavy does it feel?
Yeah.
Like in hand, your comfort.
Yeah, I think it's like it's pretty comfortable to use. A kilo? I don't know.
Yeah, right. Okay.
800 grams maybe? I actually don't know.
Probably all right then.
But yeah, but it's a very comfortable and ergonomic design, and that's one thing I do love. The only thing I will quickly point out that I'm a little bit disappointed with, not that I paid for it, of course, but at $15.99, not to have an OLED screen is a bit cheap, I think. Other than that,
Yeah, a bit wild. I mean, I thought the same about the Switch too. Why wouldn't you just whack an OLED in that bad boy? But yeah, for an extra, like it's double the price of a Switch 2. It absolutely should have an OLED in that. But yeah, looking forward to hearing more of your thoughts once you inevitably get around to some point and clicks and not
Well,
utilizing
this is
the
actually the
hardware
fucking
at
thing.
all. So
I fucking had a bunch of point and clicks I was ready to fucking play, and none of them have controller support.
Colon support.
and it doesn't have the little trackpads that the Steam Deck has.
Which is
You can use the
Yeah.
digital mouse.
well,
Piece of shit. 0 out of 10. Anyway,
Basically.
we'll hear about your thoughts hopefully next week. Me, I've been playing content shit and just a ridiculous amount of Battlefield because the game fucking slaps. Some with Nathan, in fact. What a good time we've been having. It's just
Indeed.
wonderful.
Should do it again
Also,
sometime.
well, while we're on the topic, the new mode's actually quite good. The red sec. I'm still not in love with the name, but it's the battle royale, which is sweaty as fuck. I'll never ever ever win a round of that, and I'm okay with it. But it also came with Gauntlet, which is like an elimination round based mode where you get little objectives, and you only have 5 minutes to play them, and then it knocks out 2 of the 8 teams each round until there's only 2 left. Then you have a little fight at the end to see who wins. Surprisingly, very, very good. Tense, but then not like the rounds aren't long enough. So if you lose them, you get frustrated, like you've wasted your time. And all the progression is across the entire game. So yeah, it's a nifty little free offering, little sample to get you in. Still play Escalation though. That game mode absolutely bangs. Anywho, we've talked about Battlefield until the cows come home. What I'd like to hear about Kieron Verbruge is a little. I want to hear a bit of Ganon. I want to know a little bit about Ganon in my life. You've been playing Hyrule Warriors. Let us know. Does it run like
Yeah.
shit on the Switch too, or are we smooth?
No, it runs very nicely on the Switch too, actually.
Hey.
For a Dynasty Warriors like Musu type game, probably the smoothest experience I've had in a while,
Mm.
which is yeah, saying something. I haven't finished it yet, to be honest, because we got code like 2 days before launch, a day before embargo,
Mhm.
which is not ideal, but it happens. Zach?
I have a question. Now, my knowledge of this stuff is pretty fucking on the floor, beneath the floor, actually, in the
Yep.
basement.
You once famously called it Hyrule Warriors.
Look, and if I was in the hosting seat, I probably would have gone something Hyrule or something. Who's to know? But the little comment you made before, the Dynasty Warriors Musu, I forgot the word you said, that one.
Yep, Eddie Murphy.
Was was that a little dig at anything, or is this actually like what that game is?
No, it's that
Right, okay.
that brand, I guess, or like genre, and that the same developer as the Dynasty Warriors series,
Checks out.
or
Then
the same like
doesn't.
house of developers. Which is why it's called Hyrule Warriors, if that helps.
You know what? Didn't think about
but
that, but that's
yeah. So far I'm having a lot of fun with it. Obviously this is like the first one of these games because it's the third Hyrule Warriors game now, but it's the first one that's been part of the actual Legend of Zelda story canon. So the last one was like an alternate universe take on Breath of the Wild, whereas this is like an actual prequel to Tears of the Kingdom. And very story heavy. Like more like there was probably like 20 to 30 minutes of cutscenes to start it off. Maybe not 20 to 30, but that's what it felt like.
Yeah, damn.
And yeah, you get a lot of sort of the characters that were more hinted at or flashbacked to in Tears of the Kingdom. So if you are someone who really, really enjoyed Tears of the Kingdom and you want more of that backstory, um, there's definitely a lot of value there. I actually didn't overly enjoy Tears of the Kingdom, but playing this is making me want to give it another go because it's doing so much to build out the world that Nintendo kind of just kept vague and sort of in the back seats of the gameplay in that game. So yeah, it's really cool. And like the other Hyrule Warriors games, it just does a lot of stuff with the mechanics of the game that it's cribbing from and integrating them into the Dynasty Warriors type gameplay. So you've got like all the Zonai artifacts and constructs and stuff in this now. So, you'll be playing as Zelda and you can whip out a bloody Zonai like flamethrower or like ice gun and start just melting people or freezing people. There's like a lot of elemental stuff in like the bosses and yeah, it's just really cool like evolution of the Warriors gameplay, but then like also a really neat integration of the current Zelda story. So Adam.
I have a question. I know that the other games there were a decent few playable characters. I'm guessing that's the same here as well.
Yes. I again I'm only maybe like a quarter. it feels like maybe a quarter of the way into the game because I haven't had a hell of a
Sure.
lot of time to play it. But I have unlocked quite a few characters. There's ones that they definitely didn't want us to talk about, which will
Mhm.
excite people, I think. Um,
Cool.
but yeah, and they all feel really like distinctly different, and they all kind of synergize with each other really well with like special attacks and stuff. So yeah, and it's also
So
just
can you
cool to have like a
swap between
Zelda.
them?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yes.
you usually take like it depends on the battle and like the story situation and stuff, but you usually
Yeah, yeah,
take
yeah.
a few of them in. Probably the coolest thing is just that it's so Zelda focused. Like she's the main character.
Yeah, nice.
And she like obviously gets into all the like gets into the fray and combat and stuff. So I mean we just had what was the title of the Zelda, like the top down echoes
Echoes of
of the
Wisdom?
Echoes of Wisdom, that's the one. Um, that was cool to have her as a lead character, but it was also very like passive,
Yeah.
and didn't really give her a lot of like really badass like combat situations. So you get that like fully in this. That's really cool.
Yeah, sick. And so you like you say you're a quarter of the way through it. In hours,
Mm,
what are we talking? How many hours have you sunk into it?
maybe like 6 or 7.
Okay. That's pretty beefy.
Yeah,
And are these games that are meant to be like you get through the main story and then you just replay story missions? Is that kind of the loop, or is it just kind of a one and done
yeah.
situation?
You can. There's a lot of stuff in between the main missions. Um, there's like a whole like resource economy where you like pick up stuff in the like actual levels, and then you can use that to help people out on the map on like the level like mission select screen to get bonuses and stuff. Yeah, there's a lot
Oh,
to it
cool.
outside of the main stuff. And yeah, you usually with these games get like a replay option to go back into missions with like different characters and stuff.
Yeah, sick. It sounds like something I won't play, but it does sound very cool. I do like the
Yeah,
idea of like, because you see all the flashbacks in both of the newer Zelda games, and there's like guardians everywhere, and it's like a massive grand scale, and you know that in a typical or mainline Zelda game you'll never get that. So it's cool that they do have an
hmm,
avenue of how to like show that off in this kind of Muso style game. So yeah, that's very cool.
yeah, yeah.
Nathan, are you likely to pick it up? I know you're a Zelda fan, but maybe not so much the Muso style.
Oh, I always, excuse me, I always enjoy the Muso stuff to play very casually for a few hours. I've very much enjoyed their spin offs, One Piece, Fire Emblem, and stuff. But see, I've bought the last two Hyrule Warriors games and have yet to play a minute of them, right? Like they are sitting sealed. So I can't justify playing this one yet, even though I do have an interest. And it does sound fun.
Hmm.
Mm,
Zach, are you likely to
mm,
buy a Switch to play this
yeah,
game? Nah, it's about fair. I
great.
won't ask you to put a score on it because obviously you're not far enough through it. So maybe we'll check back in
Thank
next
you.
week to get a proper score. But I do know that Zachary Jackson has likely decided to score for a game that he's been reviewing, which is Foolish Mortals. Do you want to give us a little rundown as to what that is and how you've been enjoying it, mate?
Of course, of course. I actually wasn't originally intending to be this to be a segue into speaking of games with no control support, Foolish Mortals. Anyway, that didn't work out. So
Sorry, mate.
that's all right. I actually forgot that you hadn't spoken about it, about your own experiences yet. So very, very selfish of me. So this is a point and click game from uh, Inklingwood Studios. It was a Kickstarter. I backed it on Kickstarter. And yeah, it's out now. I've been playing it the last few days. I'm loving it. This is, you know, when games like they say inspired by Monkey Island, Broken Sword, you know, the big dogs, right? Like
Mhm.
this is a game that really feels like it's inspired by these games, right? This is, um, yeah, and I think that's probably why I'm jiving with it a lot more than some of the other ones. The art style feels very, very similar. It's a beautiful hand drawn, hand painted style that they've got going on. So it's set in Louisiana 1933, and you play as an auditor his name is Murphy McCallan. The only thing that is a little bit strange that gives off like Irish vibes to me. Like when I hear that name, I expect it to be like an Irish guy, but that's just that's nothing. That's just my little thing. Anyway, but he's an auditor. He comes to this island called Devil's Rock, and he's trying to find the treasure of Belmore Manor, so basically, about 30 years prior to this, a whole wedding party just up and vanished from this manor on the island, and supposedly there's a treasure hidden in the house, and yeah, you head to the island to try and find it, and the not twist, but one of the things is like you basically interact with ghosts and stuff that are in and spirits and stuff that are in the house, and the tag, well, not tag, but the one of the hook things, not a hook, I don't know what, but like one of the wording is that basically in order to solve the puzzle, he might have to die as well, right? Like that's kind of the thing here. So basically, that's the game. It's point and click puzzles, lots of dialogue, very very cool voice acting. There's some really really cool characters in this game. It's very southern as well, so you do kind of get that Louisiana kind of vibes and stuff. It's just it's really really cool. I'm really really enjoying it. I'm about 7 hours in at the moment. Adam?
Hint system. Does it have one? Is it shit?
I missed the first word. Something system.
Sorry, a hint system.
Yeah. It does
Yep.
actually. And it's a really good one too. So I really appreciate games that do this. So this is like it's got the thing where if you can't progress within a certain time frame, the game will actually give you like some subtle pointers. Like he'll speak out like, I don't know, go look at the wine glass on the table in the dining room, right? But there's actually inside your diary, you can actually basically get all the answers. There's layers to the hints. So right, if you really want it to point you in to what to do, you can go all the way through. And there's been one or two times where I've basically towards the end of the puzzle, I'm like, all right, I've got to wrap this up so I can get this review done. Like I kind of know what I'm doing, but I just can't be fucked doing it, basically. Otherwise, they're like little like pointers to like just kind of give you like a little bit of a nudge. So you can either use it as like a gentle push, or you can go the whole hog and just get the answers if you really can't be asked.
Yeah, nice. We like that because I know that hint systems have been a bit of a bane of your existence with some point and clicks, so it's good to know that it's got a good one.
Well, I think it just with all games, right? And this is obviously a game. There's no other real gameplay here other than solving puzzles, right? So if you can't solve the puzzles, you can't progress. But if you can't progress, you get frustrated. If you get frustrated, you give up and you never come back, right? And that doesn't have to be this game. It could be any game. Maybe you can't beat a boss in fucking Elden Ring, right? So you give up. But
don't have that problem.
no, I did. But not Lords of the Fallen though. Your boy beat that. The OG, not the new one. Too hard for me, that one. Anyway, but this one is it's good. I'm gonna slap a big fat 9 on it at the moment.
Way.
Unless the
Look
arse
out.
falls
It does
out
look very up your alley.
in the third act, unless it just shits its pants at the end. But even the story is really cool. Like, and there's some really cool. When you is this spoilers? Nah. When you kind of enter the house for the main first time, for a time, there's a musical scene, and it's really really cool. It's a really cool musical scene, and there's actually some pretty cool puzzles as well. There's a couple that some neat ones.
And it's voice acted, yeah?
All voice acted, yeah. And it's got
Yeah, rad.
when I read this at first, I was like, oh, he sounds very different. But then I read the whole thing. So it's the main guy who's Murphy McCallan is Marty McFly in Back to the Future, right? That's what I read. I was like, he sounds very young. And then I read the next bit, the game, like Back to the Future, the game. So,
Oh, right.
Telltale one.
Yikes.
So, but no, really,
Yeah, good.
really enjoying it. So I think if you like those, I don't want to say like traditional, but safe point and click kind of games that are like wild adventures. They're hunting treasure and they're doing all that sort of cool shit. Then yeah, I think you'll really like this one.
Yeah, nice. Love to hear it. Either of you boys at all keen on the point and click, or just gonna nod away as Zach talks about it and probably never think about it again?
Probably the latter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
do
still
have
want
a
to play
couple-
Drift
Play 'em.
though.
One more quick thing to
Yeah,
add.
you got to
which
play
is-
the Drifter.
which is quite if I can play the Drifter, which is really really one thing that's really cool because it's obviously a game about ghosts and you kind of interact with the dead a bit. The cursor is like a Ouija board
Oh, planchette.
And
thingy. I don't know what it's actually called, but yeah, like the little thing.
Or planchette. Either way.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I didn't catch what you said at first. So I didn't want to repeat it and butcher it like
Nah,
like
fair.
unruly,
Mr.
so.
Ouija over here.
Oh, I can't wait for you to try and say Katamari. All right, let's move on to the main event. All four of us have been playing Arc Raiders as of the last week or so. We've put probably varying amounts of hours into it. Zach, I think maybe you've only played that one night, or have you jumped back in? Nah, just the one night. And then the rest
Just
of us
one.
have dabbled a few times. For those unaware, I can't imagine there are a great many of you. Arc Raiders is from Embark, who is the team that did the finals. It's a whole bunch of ex-Battlefield devs. You can tell in different ways in both games. It's an extraction shooter, and that's kind of induces eye rolls because everyone's been doing extraction shooters. But I would wager it's one that does a lot of things right, because I've typically bounced off them. But overall, boys, I think I've probably put in 10 to 15 hours. I'd wager Kieron and Nathan, you're pretty similar. Nathan, kick us off. What are your surface level thoughts on Arc Raiders so far with the amount you've played?
Yes, I've played probably at the time of speaking, maybe just shy of 10 hours. I've found this experience, the experience I had in the first hour was certainly not indicative of the hours I've had since. The first hour is very abrasive, I might say, for multiple reasons. You're going to be meeting strangers, and they might not take too kindly to fellow strangers. You're also going to be dealing with weapons that don't feel very impactful necessarily, and that might create a feedback loop in the early hours. It doesn't feel very impactful. But lo and behold, after we had finally managed to extract and get that ball rolling, we find that whether you fail or succeed, you're getting persistent experience gain towards an overall character build, which is satisfying. Satisfying is probably the big word I have from my 8 to 10 hours with Arc Raiders, because virtually everything you do has a feel to it, right from the gunplay, which, as I said initially, doesn't feel very impactful, but once you understand it and learn it, it has a lot of impact. Enemy arc robot movement animation looks incredible for a game like this. And we've got a lot left to see and a lot left to learn, but I've really appreciated the onboarding experience that Embark have put on this, making rewarding, small, goal-oriented quests that lead you through not only just story, but also giving you a reward path and teaching you the game. Does a fantastic job during those early hours or I've found it done a great job of onboarding me.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest hurdles for extraction shooters is typically the barrier to entry is really, really high, whether it's something like Tarkov that's been around forever. So if you jump into a server, it's just people that have been playing for 7 years and you get rolled, or, it's very system dense, so it's kind of hard to understand. They've done a really good job of making it less daunting. Like you said, that like the first couple games might be pretty rough. Like you'll drop in, won't really know what the fuck you're doing, get smashed, or not know what you're kind of running around, only get a couple of wires and then extract. You do soon find your rhythm though, and that persistent progression does a lot. Like just the fact that even if you jump in, do damage to an arc and die, you'll still get experience that'll get you towards a skill point that'll push you further a little bit. So just that persistent progression. And yeah, I think like you said, the missions, even though they're pretty simple, like go here, collect that, or kill a certain amount of these things, or kill something with a certain weapon, it gives you something to focus on, not just kind of grinding out the same shit over and over. So yeah, early doors, it does a lot. But yeah, Kieran, what are your thoughts? You've been in the same squad as Nathan and I.
I haven't. I've enjoyed being carried by the both of you. Um, Look, I mean, this is I'm unless I'm forgetting something, probably the first of these types of games that I've played. Um,
Yep.
and after
Did-
seeing,
I want to jump on that. Did you ever play the one that they put out in beta for like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 like 4 years ago? I can't remember what it was called. Adam
nah,
got banned trying to jump on it.
Certainly did.
really?
Yep.
Eh.
For absolutely no reason. Still can't play Call of Duty to this day.
Anyway, sorry for the interrupt.
No, that's fine. Yeah, so like everything that I've seen from a lot of them, especially Tarkov, has like echoed kind of what you said. It's just been very like there's a wall there that you have to sort of get through. And also community wise, I was worried that it would be a bit toxic and like very like confrontational, maybe is a better
Mm.
word than toxic. But so far I've been having a great time with everyone that we've run into, bar like one or two random groups. Um, I was saying, like I've been able to jump into like sometimes I'll sit down and I'll be like, oh, I'll just do a run by myself, and I'll take the free like loadout, and I'll if I find something, I find something. If I don't, I got to poke around for 15 minutes. Um, and almost every time I've done that, I've run into two people, three people, and we've been like, "Yo, like, what's up? Like, what are you doing? Let me like tag along." Or they're like, "Oh, I'm extracting soon. Do you want to join?" I'm like, "Oh shit, yeah, okay." Like, it's just been very friendly, which I didn't expect. And I
I
think
think
because
that's
the arcs are such potent enemies,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
really encouraged people to band together. And we're only like early doors. We don't even have to tussle with the big boys yet.
And we've collectively, the three of us, done that a couple of times where we've run into another squad, and once we figured out that we're cool, we've realized there's six of us and gone, hey, there's an arc over there that neither of us have been confident enough to go at with three
Yeah.
people. Do you want to give it a go? And then not
Yeah.
only do we succeed, but there's just no hostility from there. By the end of it, we're like, cool, thanks so much for that. We're on our way. And I think like the game doesn't incentivize player on player violence really. Like you can do it, it's there,
Mm.
but outside of like picking up the loot that they had, there's not as much of an incentive to be an asshole. It's
Yeah,
which
you
I
have to
think
have gone in being an asshole already for
yeah,
that
yeah,
to make
exactly.
sense.
You're not going to find your asshole out in the Rust Belt. You'll bring
I
that
don't
with
know.
you.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah. Zach, I know that we've had a discussion off potty that you've maybe had some slightly more confrontational matches
So
playing with
yeah, like
Jason. What are your thoughts?
is a really interesting premise. Like this whole premise is one that really like I'm very interested in learning more about like the world and what's going on and how we've kind of got to where we are, right? Like why are we underground? But I think playing it, I've experienced the super awesome stuff that you get with these community kind of games, and then the absolute bullshit. And I spoke before about getting frustrated and just being like, "Fuck this!" Like I've had enough. That's where I've already hit that point. The other night, right? It was not fun. Like, and that's
Mhm.
luck. That's no one's fault. It's also skill. They were just better than me, right? But so the first thing that we had, like me and Jason, who I was playing with, we basically bit off more than we could chew. Might have been me that led to him getting killed, but we pushed the elevator, waiting for it, and then we both got fucking downed, but we managed to crawl our way to the fucking elevator, crawled into the elevator, and then another squad rolled in, and they like looked at us, and I was like, "Fuck, here we go." But then they were like, "All good," and then shut the elevator, and we fucking extracted. But then
Hell yeah.
the next three missions after that, just slaughtered. And the last mission we did, we lasted less than 3 minutes in the actual world before we were fucking gone again.
Mhm.
And I think if you've only got like
We've had one of those.
if you've only got like a small amount of time to play it, because what I found frustrating was losing all your shit. I know that that's part of it, like that's the whole loop, right? But fucking losing everything, then spending a whole bunch of time crafting a whole bunch of shit again to take out, then to fucking die within 3 minutes. It's just like, nah, man, I've had enough now. Like, that's not fun. And there was no reason. Like we were just running fucking to an objective. Like we weren't anywhere. Like we just fucking loaded in, right? And it did take me back. I don't know. Has anyone else played Tarkov? I don't know if we've ever like talked about it here, right? Yeah. So me and Jason, we've actually played Tarkov, and we had a very similar experience. Like, people would like wait at the spawn spots for you, so you'd come out after being spawned, you'd fucking die like instantly. It just wasn't. Yeah, like it just not fun. Like what? Like why are you playing the game like that? Go and play the game properly. So that's been my experience. I'm haven't given up on it yet, but I probably haven't had the amount of fun you boys had. It definitely started out fun. I don't know. I'm asking for something that's not gonna ever be a thing, but I would love if you could turn off the PvP element, if you really wanted to. But yeah.
Because it was originally a PvE. It was meant to be a PvE game, and before they decided to do an extraction shooter. I think the couple elements that, because I agree. Like if you have back-to-back rounds like that, like anything, it can. Same with Battlefield. Like I've had nights where you're just getting absolutely fucking destroyed, and it's demoralizing, and it puts you off. But it has a couple of systems that help that somewhat. I think the length of the match helps a lot. It's only, I think, a max of 20 or 25 minutes, where a lot of these other extraction shooters, you can be out there for a
30,
lot.
isn't it?
Yeah, it might be 30, but it's pretty bite-sized in comparison to some of the bigger boys where, yeah, you can be doing it for a long time and then just get destroyed and, it's half your night gone. So I think it's got that going for it. It's also got, there's a, what's it called? The safety pouch. There's like essentially one free inventory slot that whatever you put in there, you will not lose, which I think is handy as well. Like if you have an
Can I
epic
add
Where you
tier,
get your flute.
to that? You know what's fucking shit about that
flute,
though?
yeah.
And I'm probably being unfair here, but once you're downed, you can't actually go into your menu and put something into your safe pocket.
Yeah, you're too busy plugging the holes, mate. But yes,
there
I
are
get your
times
point.
like when you pick up something for like wires, right? Like what's like one of the first missions, get a fucking bunch of wires. In one of those missions that we did die, I got the rest of my wires, but because I didn't even think about putting them in my bloody safe pouch, not fucking done. You know what I mean?
Got to utilize the prison wallet, mate. And the other is the free loadouts that someone mentioned. Like if you have absolutely fuck all resources, you are given grace of, here's a basic weapon, here's a basic shield mod, here's a basic, this, that, and the other. So you can go out and continue on. And you are given certain resources by Scrappy, who is like a little rooster, at a pretty decent rate as well. So yeah, you'll still be able to craft and do all of the things in the game, even if you are very, very shit at it for quite some time, which I think is handy. But Zach, you kind of touched on it, the world and whatnot. This game is gorgeous, like very, very pretty, and it's very polished for a game of this type and a multiplayer game. Like visually incredible. I think the soundscape is excellent as well. Like that plays massively into the immersion. And it's just, exceptionally stable for a game of its type. I think that probably lends itself to all the server slams and stuff they've done. But yeah, I don't know, boys. I'm planning to continue playing this. It's taken a seat right next to Battlefield 6 as one of my go-to multiplayer games. So, Zach, you said you haven't given up on it. You're still willing to jump in and give it another crack?
I'm still keen to play. I'm not going to give up that easy, but I just wish, I don't know, like just leave me alone. Let me do my thing.
Just leave him alone. Are you using emotes or like a live mic or anything, or are you just hoping that they'll piss off?
Well, to be honest with you, the last 2 times we died, we were fucking sniped from fucking who knows where, and then ambushed. I hid under a rock and they found me.
Yeah, I can't help you there, mate. I cannot help you there.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
like
you got to
yeah, it
use
was
that live mic when you can, though.
nah.
Have a chat. Have a chat
Like
with the
what
stranger.
Kieran does. Yeah,
Fuck 'em.
like Kieran, just calling out until you find someone it works with. It's like, okay, excellent.
Yeah, exactly. We both Kieran and I in the same night, separate games, ran into people that we know in real life, which is the beauty of oceanic servers, I guess. But what a wonderful little emergent moment that was. Good
And
times.
you wouldn't have known if you hadn't communicated.
It's exactly
I-
right, mate. Got to use your big boy voice.
Can I fucking crap on something else?
Of course you can.
The menu or the layout, and we've talked about this, is fucking dog shit.
Yeah, there's room for improvement.
How is no
Very
one
much
It could be
agree.
better, especially on console.
Yes, very much.
like when you got something like in your, it's even like in your like when you're looking at a menu, like your inventory or the traders or traders, whatever. It fucking the box that comes up like covers literally the whole entire fucking screen. Like, mate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good
It's
game though.
not great usability wise. Kieran, Nathan, I'm guessing you two are going to join me for more of this in the days and weeks to come.
I
Hell
thought you were
yeah.
going to say like right now we could wrap the potty.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
We're in
Stop recording.
we're hitting the gas then, boys. Let's get through the rest of this. We do have some review shout outs, quite a lot because we've had a couple weeks off, so I'll power through them. Nathan, you
Yes.
reviewed Trails in the Sky, first chapter, reviewed by Nathan Hennessy. Look at you go. You gave it a big fat 8.5, and you said the lack of chatty treasure chests continues to be a missed opportunity in the otherwise immaculate remake of the Trials Saga debut. Falcom is on fire. What the fuck is a chatty treasure chest? Really hard for me to say, apparently.
So this series has always had, like being a Japanese RPG / dungeon crawler, it's always had chests, right? Treasure chest. You open up the treasure chest. When you interact with an open treasure chest in the Trails games, they just start spouting philosophy at you and stuff like that, and like talk about their day and like maybe offer a few jokes and stuff, like just profound stuff. But the chests don't talk no more. That's been lost in the remake. So like all the old like isometric Trails games, you'd talk to the chest and it'd be like it would be quite funny. Every chest would have a different line, and sometimes that'd be really interesting. No more. You just loot the chest and walk away. I think that's really sad, and everything else is great.
Genuinely
sound
kind
really
of
sad.
devastated by that. Yeah, that's fucked. Bring back the chatty chests, I say.
Bring back
Well,
the
that
chests.
the last bit came out really weird. I reviewed Keeper. I gave it a 7. Keeper and its endearing story of friendship and nature hits every artistic mark you would expect from Double Fine, but its unengaging gameplay and lack of puzzles keep it from joining the studio's top shelf hits. I was a bit bummed on this one. It hit with a lot of other outlets. A lot of other reviewers were glowing. I don't know. I liked it, didn't love it. Unfortunate. Kieran, you've also been a busy lad. You have reviewed Once Upon a Katamari, and you said it sticks hard to the formula established 2 decades ago. But Once Upon a, can I get you to say that for me, Zach? Once Upon a.
Time I ate a calamari.
Thank you. Tumble through history has enough new ideas and relentless charm to make it a worthy entry for fans old and new. I'll let you know, Kieran. I read this review. This is going to be the first Katamari game that I play just because of you.
Oh, wonderful.
Very
Such a
good.
I'm going to
fun
play it
series.
with. I'm going to play it with Key because she
He's so
pointed
sure.
out your tattoo when we were out last, and yeah, it has to happen. You've also
Hell yeah.
Nice.
been playing
My
Power
gun
Wash
tattoo,
Simulator
was that what it
2.
was?
Yeah, the gun tattoo. Love that. So good. Excuse me,
Sorry.
Kieran. Can I ask you a question? What's that green gun? Amazing. You said of Power Wash Simulator 2, it's not a particularly ambitious follow-up, but Power Wash Simulator 2 earns its sequel status through effective upgrades and thoughtful improvements across the board. It's a big uptick in looks, feel, and play, and still the most fun you can have doing a chore. You had a real couple weeks there of playing games that didn't reinvent the wheel, but were still fun.
Yes. Safe sequels,
love-
but fun sequels.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it at all. The other Kieran of the Stockton variety, the good doctor, reviewed Ninja Gaiden 4. He gave it a 7.5. He had this to say: Team Ninja and Platinum Games collaboration brings a stylish new numbered entry of this hallowed series into the modern era. Some old problems persist, but it's nonetheless a very bloody good time with some of the slickest action gameplay out there. Been a divisive one, Old Ninja Gaiden 4. I've seen plenty of high praise and also some lower scores as well. But I think the series is kind of known for that anyway. From memory, I feel like 3 had a weird critical reception
3
as well.
fucking sucked.
There we go.
3 did fucking suck.
Exactly what I was talking about. And Jade Stevenson has reviewed, I'm going to say Majugami, maybe? I don't know.
Sure.
I've gone all Zach Jackson on it. She gave it a 7.5, saying, despite a slight... Well, can I get... how would you pronounce that, Zach?
I don't know what the game is called, even though I edited that review. Where are we?
Oh, we love to see that. If only you had the doco open in front of you.
I'd say, yeah, Mahjongami.
Love that. Despite a slightly tangled narrative and some very uncomfortable sexualization of female characters, Majigami offers an engaging action adventure that drips imagination and flair. Once you've gotten the hang of combat, prepare for some impressive boss fights. So it's a bit of a mixed bag in the last couple of weeks for review content. But what you should do, if any of that sounds good, is jump on the website, give them a read, because my little synopsis doesn't do all of these wonderful reviews any sort of justice. Tell you what else you should read is some news. Hello, Zachary. Have you got a late entry?
I do got one thing. I was
Right.
going to bring it up before, but I thought I was going to bring it up in off topics, but I thought this is probably the best spot for it. The good doctor is also reviewing Dead Static Drive. Has anyone else played this?
Oh, sir, no.
I have played a little bit of this. It's actually what I've played maybe an hour and a bit on my ROG. This game is not good. It is not good at all. Which is wild to think about, given that it was been in development for more than 10 years.
What do we reckon? Like, I don't want to speculate, right? But what's happened here? Because it's been like 13 years of development, right? But it's a self-published project, from what I understand, and it's no longer just a solo developer. There's a couple of people on board. Like, what?
I don't think it was ever I think when it became
Yeah,
full blown,
it was the one. Yeah. Anywho,
yeah.
there's more than one guy developing this game. What happened? Like, is it fundamentally broken, or is it one of those things that it just needs some tweaking under the hood over time?
I don't know game dev enough, but it's not fun. Like if your core mechanic is driving and that is shit, basically, like what have you got? I mean, they could probably re-mechanicize it. That's not even a word.
Nice.
Majigami.
Majigami.
But there's like, I think I caught up with Kieron for lunch the other day, and I was like, the cars have no engine sound, and I was like, I don't know if that's just like
They what?
Yeah, there's no engine sound. I wasn't sure if it was like a thing, like that's like a thing that they've done, or if it's just a bug, or if it's like maybe I haven't turned on car audio, but why would that be a thing? Or maybe it's coming later, maybe it's in the day one patch or whatever. But it turns out it's actually a design choice. The devs believe that, or thought that it was better immersively to not have any car audio because you get to hear more of the music. That apparently has not been the right call, because literally everybody has made mention of there's no car noises at all.
It's like a fundamental bit of feedback to know that you're driving a car, though. It's like shooting a gun and it makes no noise. That would be like, you wouldn't feel that. That's bizarre.
Driving the cars in this game on, like, maybe it's on the ROG. I don't know. Maybe it's just enjoy. I haven't played it on an actual controller yet, so I couldn't tell you. But it's like fucking steering a really fucked shopping trolley.
Oh boy.
Like
one that has a bung wheel that just spins.
And when when I was chatting with KV, we were like, is that because of the view, right? The perspective, because it's not, because you can kind of rotate the perspective, right, to go to like 4. I think it's 4 different points you can go to. Is it because it's never kind of going straight? But then there are roads that are go straight, and you kind of like, you're fighting the controller to like stay, and it's just not fun. Like that is it's the world is dead. The opening is fucking bizarrely designed. Like there's no, and they've talked about there being no hand holding and stuff like that, which is fine. But you've got to give some level of like base fucking fundamentals, right? Like, it's just yeah. I mean, I think they can fix parts of it. Some people are having issue with the writing. I haven't really probably got that far yet. I know that KS is absolutely fucking hating it. I think his game's actually broken at the moment. He sent me a message before being like, this game is fucked. Like, it's fucked. His quest is broken. So I was like, put a fork in it. And
That's a real bummer.
it is like, we've covered it heaps, but it's interesting because we saw nothing for this game for ages. Like, sure, we get like little short little videos online, but there's nothing, no like release trailer, no. It just dropped. This thing just dropped. So
yeah, I think the announcement of the release date was a bit of an indicator of what was to come, because it was literally just like a press release it was buried on their website. Like, trying to find it was a bit of a mission. Like, it was just no fanfare. I think they had an understanding, from what I could kind of gather, that it maybe wasn't going to do gangbusters. So it was just kind of dropped out the
Game
door.
Pass,
but
right? So
yeah,
they signed that deal with Game Pass. But I wonder after 13 years if you've lost a little bit of passion for it, right? Like if you've lost a little bit of love for that project. But I don't know, man. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, don't know what to tell you.
Either way, it's very disappointing. Hopefully, your old mate horror game that's been in development for 20 odd years isn't the same. I can't remember what it's called now. Got a release date recently.
Segway as well.
Wonderful.
13 years in
Talk about it.
mate. They're the same fucking thing.
What's I can't remember what it's called. Jesus
Routine.
Christ. Routine.
So that's
finally got a release date.
That is news from maybe not last week, but maybe the week before, but very, very quickly. Routine, the game that basically has been 13 years or thereabouts. The horror game, which I think Mick Gordon was involved in at one point. I don't know if he still is. I think I read that they're using some of his material, but maybe not. They've maybe replaced parts of it. But this is a game that had a release window back in like fucking 2016 or some shit like that, 2018. I can't remember. I did write it in the piece. And then it was like March came or whatever it was, and then the game just fucking vanished for years. And then it resurfaced, being published by Raw Fury, and it's now coming out December 5th, Xbox and PC. So
it's a kind of a wild little ride if you just search routine on wellplayed.com.au, well-played.com.au, because the furthest back you could go is 2016, but it was an article by, looks like, Zach Jackson. Yep, never heard of him. 5 unreleased games you've probably forgotten existed. That was in 2016 that you wrote that.
I did.
Oh boy, Lord above. So yeah, let's hope that has a slightly better outcome than old Dead Static Drive. Zachary, while you're on the hot seat, mate, talk to me about The Florist.
Talk about games that have... Okay, yep, no, wrong game. So The Florist is...
Can't win with the segues.
Well, you went with the, which is the same, and then F, and then which is the same, but different game. So The Florist is a survival horror game that has been announced by the Australian New Zealand studio called Unclear Games. I actually think it might just be a New Zealand studio, but I know that they've got the guy who worked on The Forgotten City as one of the people. He's also working on this.
Fuck yeah. Now I'm listening.
Yeah, so this is a game by Unclear Games. It's called The Florist. It's been in dev for about 2.5 years. It's a survival horror. A classic survival horror game where you play as, and I don't love this name. I think it might be for obvious reasons, if you can guess, but her name is Jessica Park. It just sounds too much like Jurassic Park for me. I know that just might be a thing, but I don't know.
What are you going to say?
That's just you, mate.
I think
Just you, son.
Well, just don't have it start with J. Like anyway,
Sarah at the
You
front of
just
it.
do you often have people introduce themselves as Jessica, and you're like, wait, did you say Jurassic?
Na-na-na-na-na.
this is well, so yeah, you play as Jessica Park, and you're a florist, who is delivering
You're a velociraptor.
deli-
Sorry.
deli- delivering flowers to a town called Joycliff, and basically the flora and the people in this like a disease starts to spread, and the people and the flowers like merge. It's really pretty. It's quite colorful. In the interview that I'm talking about, in the interview that I'm writing at the moment, the dev actually talks about how. Let me go to the email because I haven't actually written it into the thing yet. But he goes, "I love the idea of color and brightness in horror as both a design challenge and something unique for the genre. Can we have some areas that take place during broad of daylight, while still creating unease and tension? So, different areas can use natural light and color to evoke different themes. So, if you have a look at it, it looks. I mean, it's not like super bright, but it's got some. There's some more vibrancy than probably a lot of other survival horrors like tend to have. But yeah, this is coming out next year on.
I'm getting like Annihilation. Sorry to interrupt.
That's right.
I was just gonna say I'm
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
Annihilation vibes in a couple of the
Yeah.
screenshots, and I
Yep.
think that's fucking sick. It looks cool.
Yeah.
It looks rad, yeah.
But yeah, so there's some cool stuff they've announced. They have announced there's an unlimited inventory, so you don't have to worry about like not having enough stuff. Because there's actually like one of the questions I ask is, you want to do like a classic older, because basically the main inspiration is the RE remake from the GameCube, right? That is now you can play it anywhere now, but that original RE remake. So they've gone with the fixed cameras, but they're talking about being able to move and shoot and stuff like that. Just a lot of like modern sensibilities that you can find these days, but with a kind of a classical survival horror aesthetic or approach. Yeah. But yeah, cool. Look, it's coming out on consoles and PC. I did ask him about how it's going to launch, and he is hopefully wanting it to launch on more platforms than just PC. But they're going to see how they go. And he tells me about 15 hours. No, sorry, no. There's no interest in signing people up for a 15 hour plus journey. They want it to be quite tight.
Hell yeah. I'm loving all
I don't
of
know,
everything
man.
you're saying right now.
Yeah, it's ticking a lot of boxes.
Yeah,
That's
and
that sounds rad.
looks real fucking cool. There's also another thing here. So I gotta maybe decipher this what he's actually saying, but because I've only skimmed these questions a little bit, but combat is also a strong area to experiment with. The OG games didn't let you move while shooting. So I think we can afford to offer that feature these days. There is a certain beauty to managing and equipping weapons and health items in a safe menu while in combat. So I'm not sure if they're talking about, you can, but you're basically not vulnerable to attack while doing things.
Yeah.
Which is I think is cool.
Yeah, agreed.
Hell yeah.
But it sounds like they're going to give a bunch of different options. So we'll see. All right, the third thing, very very quickly, because there's really not much to talk about other than it's fucking gone from Steam. So a little news piece I put out was, has anyone ever played The Suicide of Rachel Foster here? Or does anyone even know about that game?
I know of it, but I
Played
haven't
a
played.
small amount.
Yeah, I played it 2020 something. And it's a like first person walking simulator. Psychological, I wouldn't call it horror, but like a psychological kind of thriller. By an Italian studio. And their next game, which is called The Fading of Nicole Wilson. Two very odd game names, but sure. But Nicole Wilson's actually the protagonist from The Suicide of Rachel Foster. So the games are kind of linked together.
Oh.
That game is like was scheduled for release in 2025, but it has actually vanished from. It's been pulled from Steam. And I reached out to Daedalic about it, and they just said that due to a legal dispute with with the developer and a third party, they've temporarily seized control of all of the assets for the game, and they've basically had to pull everything from being online. So didn't elaborate on what that is. We can speculate what that might be, but there's nothing online that I could find any like open like court case. So they're probably trying to keep it in house for the moment. Yeah.
That's gnarly.
So
Hopefully
do
they
mention
sort it
that.
out.
Yeah, well, they do mention that they are hoping for a quick return back to sorry, a quick resolution.
I wonder if someone made a calendar tool and called it "The Fading of Nicole Wilson," and that's why I was trying to make a day before reference, but no, it's
I
fine.
picked up on it, but it just it didn't.
That's right. Didn't land. That's fine. Tell you what else is landing early next year is an Animal Crossing New Horizons. Yeah, it's a terrible segue. It's not been a good night for me. I'll admit it.
Better than
Animal
anything Zach Jurassic's done.
Animal Crossing New Horizons is finally getting a Switch 2 version. I think a whole shitload of people will be very happy about this. It's dropping January 15th. It's adding a whole bunch of new shit. Mainly, the game is going to look half decent, which is fun for people who play the game. And they're integrating mouse controls, which will help you decorate. Genuinely seems like a use of mouse controls that might actually be pretty great. And they're upping the multiplayer count from 8 to 12. And there's a whole bunch of other little bits and pieces that they're adding in with a free update that's coming alongside it. You'll be, borrowing money from Tom Nook, so on and so forth. If you already own the game, there is an upgrade path. These have typically been like anywhere from $10 to $30. So I was kind of holding my breath as to see what this was going to be. $8, which is pretty fucking reasonable, I think. Or you can buy just the full fat version. I think it's $87.95, which is about the price of a Switch 2 game that isn't Mario Kart World. So there you go. I'm sure no one here gives a solitary flying fuck about that, but I know that a lot of people who are into Animal Crossing have very much wanted to know when they're getting their hands on an updated version. So good for them, Good for them. We'd love to see it. Speaking of things we love to see, Nathan, you were in the hot seat this week for 2000's Film of the Week. Are you ready? And as is it Silent Hill?
Can I be a right bastard?
If this is another off topic that you were going to save for the off topics and bring up earlier.
No, it's not. It's to be fair, I didn't actually look at the doco. I thought it would have been in here, but it's not. So just very, very quickly. I don't want to talk about it, but just the
Clearly you do.
situation that I don't want to have a full on discussion, but the situation that's unfolding with Rockstar and how they've fired like 30 or so developers. It might be like a little bit more. Has anyone read into this at all?
Copyright violations.
No, okay.
Leaking or some shit.
Fucking, between the four of us, I thought maybe at least one more other person would have seen it. But basically, Rockstar fired about I think it's 40 developers, and they were all part of a union. So there's a thing going down, being like how they're union busting.
Ooh.
Jason Schreier's been like all over it. Like what I'm saying is just like this is like one to watch, right? Because Rockstar have come out and said that this group of people were leaking confidential information to a forum or in a forum that included non-employees, basically, but the British government or someone British related to the union, right? But like this is a clear and most brutal and obvious example of union busting. So one to watch.
Jesus.
All right.
I just thought it was worth bringing
That's
up.
pretty fucking hard to segue now, isn't it? Anyway, speaking of people who have lost their jobs wrongfully, Nathan, let's talk about a movie. Thanks, mate. Appreciate you. You bastard.
Fantastic. So we're going back to 2000s for the film of the week. So we've got an action film this week, an action blockbuster. From the year 2000, it features, or rather, it is described as a computer genius and a beautiful thief square up with a secret agent to race across Australia and Spain to stop a genetically engineered biological weapon called Chimera.
Oh. Hang on, no, 2000s. No, that's way too early.
Amongst the starring cast, without giving the main star away, because that gives it all away. First one, just this one's for Zach. We got Thandie Newton.
Yes. Fuck. It's Mission Impossible.
This film
2.
also features action sequences that have doves. Yes.
Mission Impossible 2. Yeah.
He's got it. Well done.
Fucking, you know
Mission
why? 'Cause
Impossible 2.
the biggest
How
Walking
is it
Dead.
Mission Impossible 2? I've seen that movie and that doesn't sound remotely like it. Clearly, I need to watch it again.
Mission Impossible 2
Chimera is
has
the bloody thing, mate.
virtually no plot.
Unreal.
what?
I went to the cinema and saw that film multiple times because of my huge crush on Danny Newton, mate.
Tom Cruise. No.
Oh, love me some Tommy, mate. But
Tom Cruise and his
Only
one
you,
front
mate.
tooth.
Yeah, Mission Impossible 2, weird film, not considered as part of the official canon, I believe, or at least I've read that online, because it doesn't. Like, if you watch all of them, it's not referred. Like, all the films are referred to in the later films except that one.
yeah, right. What's it? How did it score?
Interesting.
What was its reception out of interest?
It was the lowest up until the recent one. So Rotten Tomatoes is 58.
Okay, that's not bad. It's not great.
It's not a
but-
bad film, but like compared to the rest of them, it's like,
Hmm.
It's a John Woo
What a
film.
strange
It's the
little
Face
outlier.
Off.
Oh, what a banger. Take your face off. Anyway, off topics. Take your face off. Give us some off topics. Kieron, surely, as the man who watches movies religiously, surely you've got some off topics for us.
No. I can't say that I do.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Sorry.
Zach, over to you for your Slavic movies.
I got actually. I'm very much due a international, subtitled banger, but I've been treating myself to some Queen's English recently, mate. Powered through Slow Horses. So watch that.
Nice! I got to
Fucking
catch up.
slow horses.
Is the season
really
done?
good. Yeah. Awesome
Let's
again.
go.
Gary Oldman just hits another level. Just fucking. He's so good. He's so fucking good in that show.
He's stinky old man energy's off the
I know.
charts, isn't it?
I know, right? It's great. And fucking what's it called? Down Cemetery Road. I've just started that, which is also on Apple TV.
Damn what?
Down Cemetery Road. It's got Emma Thompson,
Okay.
and a couple of, and just I think a lot of nobodies. But
Right.
it is a show. I'm trying to think, how do I explain without spoilers? Basically,
Sounds good.
It's a
Is there a
police.
cemetery road that they go down?
First episode, there's an explosion, a house explodes, and then one of the victims from there it's ties into that, and then one of the people investigates the person, and then it leads on, and there's more to the person than apparently it seems. So yeah,
Sounds
pretty
like
neat.
Wizard of Oz.
Sure. There's no tin can in this one, but that's all right. The other thing I meant to say Tin Man, not tin can, but anyway. The other thing I have watched
Fucking
is
clankers.
second episode of It, or whatever the TV show is. I can't actually remember what the TV show's called.
Yeah.
Derry,
Welcome to
Welcome to
Derry.
Derry.
Nathan, have you seen it?
Yeah, I'm up to date, man.
What do you think?
I liked the first It film, like the It Part 1. Part 2, read the book. Was kind of hoping that they'd do, because those recent two movies don't really adapt the book. They adapt a few events and the characters, but there's heaps of that book left. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, man. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're setting up so many different plot threads, and the CGI is a bit shit. Have you noticed?
Yep.
Like the CGI on all the spookies,
Yep. That
but they just kind of look a little bit they look a bit silly. It's
yeah.
not very spooky.
Mm.
Let's
I
go
am,
with
though.
the creature that you get exposed to or you see. Yeah.
Episode 1, yeah, sure, yeah,
yeah.
I know what you're talking about. The
Pretty
creature,
rubbish.
yeah, pretty
and-
rubbish.
And I'm watching the third season of Blue Lights, which is a Irish cop drama. So that's really fucking good. That's on SBS on demand if you wanna get into that. I've watched a couple movies as well, but
No, don't do ads, mate.
I forgot. I forgot what they were. So there you go. Oh no, Watch
yeah.
Nobody 2, and it was sure. I don't know why that film
Wait,
exists.
didn't you watch? Didn't you? Didn't you go to see Black Phone 2, or did you pull the plug
No,
on those
no.
plans?
Hopefully that's tomorrow night. I tried.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, didn't quite get there. And that's me.
Unfortunate. Nathan, what have you got on the docket for off topics this week? Got anything
Not
for
a
us?
whole heap, man. Content's been keeping me busy. I have watched, spun up a HBO Max sub just to catch up on a few bits and bobs on there, mostly the Chair Company. But what I have watched through over the past week was Task, which is from whatever his name is that wrote Mayor of Easttown, which I didn't mind. So this is, I don't. I like this, but again, it's hard to sell because it's just HBO prestige drama. Like it's some garbage men knocking off drug houses and taking off basically with the money. Like they're waiting for the drugs to sell off, then knocking over the houses to take the money, and then an FBI task force is set up to hunt the guys that are knocking off the drug houses, which creates this kind of like circular conflict. It's kind of just like Mayor of Easttown cross Sons of Anarchy, which is such a dry fucking amalgamation of. It's fine. Like I enjoy both of those things, but I wouldn't know at all how to sell anyone on it because it's not that exciting. It's just entertainment.
Yeah, fair. Fair. I've got not much for you. I've mainly been playing Arc Rays and Battlefields. Key and I've been watching Physical Asia, which is an offshoot of Physical 100, the like essentially Survivor, but all just physical challenges that aren't shit. That's fantastic. Instead of 100 people whittled down to one, this time it's a whole bunch of different Asian countries like vying for top spot against each other, and also Australia has a team for reasons unknown. But Australia is doing very well, so we love to see it. Stay tuned. I'll give you an update next week. Unless anyone else has anything, I think we'll call it an evening.
All right.
Yep. You love to see it.
Let's go.
You love to see it straight to the old Arc Raiders. If you have any interest in reading any of our wonderful reviews or news coverage, head on over to well-played.com.au. We're on all the socials. Go and have a look at our YouTube. We've got a wonderful interview with Randy Pitchford of Gearbox fame. Ash did that one, dressed as a legally distinct ape. You'll very quickly understand what I mean by that. Anyway, until next week, we'll see you around. Bye.
We'll
Catch
see
ya.
you then.
Bye.